Alright, here we go. We're in customs. I have an MP5 and an SKS on my back for long range. This raid, I'm gonna try to survive and kind of over-explain everything that I'm doing here. The beginning is really like the best time, I think, to run, just to kind of get out of all these predictable spawn zones and get out of that shit, because I like the more open world. Oh, there goes a player right there. I think he's taking the bridge. Hey, this is 8bot Gaming. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is a full raid where I'm kind of over-explaining my movements and kind of my theory. And I hope you enjoy. Please consider interacting, liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel for future content. What is he doing? Bring him back. Maybe he wanted to check the trunk of that car? He just has a pistol, but I mean, I don't have a face shield, so we're gonna take this slow and procedurally. I think I just heard him run. Yeah, he's running away. Alright, for sure tagged him once. Oh, he just... Oh, damn. Alright. Been working on my blind fire, and that one worked really well. Lit this guy up. He killed a guy right there by that Tiger Humvee. So let's just get to some safety. We just made a lot of noise, so we're going to displace a little bit. And just kind of see where the other spawns around me. See if we can hear any audio profiles while we pack some mags here. Now... let's listen up here. Got good sounds. Now, concerning running, if you've been around my channel or seen any of my videos, you'll hear me say time and time again, I think that people run way too much in this game. There's already a lot of disadvantages to running. You're not combat ready while you're running. You create a lot of sound pollution for yourself. Make sure nobody's out there. I'm just gonna chill here for a bit and let the spawns kind of do their thing. Like I was saying earlier, I know a little bit all over the place right now, but I kind of like the more randomized open world feel. So the spawn fights, I'm not a big fan of at all. But concerning running, like I was saying, you create a lot of noise pollution for yourself. But you do get from point A to point B a lot quicker. So, you know, pros and cons. I don't think the strength skill should really make people run nearly as much. Gunshot back where I spawned, I think. I don't think the strength should increase people's sprint nearly as much as it does, and especially not their jumping. The whole bunny hop, jump, sprint, and head look shit that you see in this game, that's Call of Duty shit. That's not real life shit. And I know this game isn't necessarily totally realistic, right? But for me, it's a departure from Call of Duty games, where it's the most realistic combat simulator I've ever found. So, in that spirit, I like the pacing of this game. I think that, I really like the things they did with the updates, with the heavy bleeds, lowering the weight, which is inherently going to increase people's strength quicker. But I think that people just need to slow the fuck down. And if loot was a lot more difficult to obtain and survival was more of a goal, I think it would lead to a lot, you know, really interesting. Snap, have to scab out right there. I think it would lead to some more interesting tactical combat situations. That being said, I think that this patch, it's, you know, the gripes that I had last patch, people just sprinting all over the place and just, like, if I'd be behind cover, somebody else is behind cover, and, like, we shoot a couple bullets back at each other, we're both stuck behind cover, I'm, like, ripping out a grenade out of my vest and chucking it, thinking, scab down. You know, thinking that they're gonna stay behind cover because, like, you know, I have a gun and shit. You know, getting shot at is scary. You know, at least in real life. You know, it can be in this game too, depending on kind of how immersed you are. And for me, that's what kind of the goal is, right? It's full immersion. I love how immersive this game is. I love that it has survival components. It's not just a shooter, not just a looter. It has all these different elements to it, and it's really fucking hardcore, and I love that. I love that it's difficult. The moment this game loses difficulty, you know, it's kind of the moment that the game stops being so fun for me, you know? So, but I tend to think in less linear fashion than what seems like a lot of other people would maybe think. Like, as an example, and I've got BP in here, so that's why I'm not really trying to use up all that before I stack some PS rounds on top. Otherwise, I would pop that in. That's all. Big gunfight up ahead. Big burst of a gunfight. Let's see what's going on. It's definitely going on the end of the new construction area past the skeleton. See if we can see anything here. So we're gonna sprint right here. I've really exposed myself to what I'm about to come up on right now because if anybody was right here, they would have heard me, and I wouldn't have heard them. But you know, there's a time and a place to run. If you're, oh shit. Got shot at by a scav from dorms, I think. Somebody. Shot at by somebody for sure. Let's wrap around and see what's up. Losing my train of thought here. But, I mean, you know, like, there's going to be people that would say, like, you know, that the more this game moves in the direction that it's moving, which is where I want it to go, you know, a lot of people are going to say, like, you know, well, it will increase camping and things like that. And, you know, I got a few things to say about that. Like, you know, for one, like, probably a lot of the times that you feel like you're getting camped, you're not. There's maybe a couple things that are going on. Maybe a guy just got fucked up, like, you know, in a prior engagement, and maybe they ran off to some cover as the smart thing to do to patch those wounds up, and then you happen to sprint you know, be all loud or even walk, you know, and they got contacts, and so they just happen to hear you. You walk right into somebody who's banged up and healing. You walk right into their ambush. No, they weren't camping. They were taking care of their shit. Or maybe they were looting. Maybe they're hauled off somebody. I gotta make sure this is clear first. Maybe they're playing Tetris, you know? Sounds like we're good here. The other thing, too, I'll say is that maybe you're just loud. Maybe you run a lot. And if you're someone like me, you would capitalize on that. Audio is a huge way for me to spot players. A lot of times I spot players with my ears before I spot them with my eyes. It's certainly not always the case, but there's so much soft and hard cover in this game. Alright, we're just going to ignore that. That I have experienced for myself. You can just walk. You can walk from point A to point B just using cover, stopping and listening. That's the other thing, you know, like just by me taking a pause to listen and to not pollute my sound gives me the ability to hear somebody and then set up an ambush that they don't hear, know about, or can't see. And then I kill the shit out of them, you know, hopefully. Not always, of course. And then, you know, they probably think that I was camping, you know. It's like, no, it turns out I was moving through the map, and I stopped to listen, and then I heard somebody running like an idiot, and I killed him. So, you know, that's kind of my philosophy on running and camping. And one other thing I'll say about camping is that if you die to a camper, then that's on you. It's your job to sweep your vectors. You know, like you go into a hostile territory, like there's probably going to be some military operatives like stationed out on a hill, you know, like scoping out an area, like on a security detail or something, you know, if you really want to like put a backstory behind it. But if you get killed to a camper, it's on you. Yes, it's frustrating and you can take out all your anger on them, but it's your fault for not being prepared for that camper. I think they just ran by. Yeah, if we just slow the fuck down, you know, like appreciate the journey much more over the destination. Like, you know, if looting is like the thing that like gives you satisfaction, like coming out with really great, a lot of loot, you know, that's got like an expiration on it as far as like enjoyment. It's just because it's a one-way street, you know. Eventually, you're gonna wind up with more loot than you know what to do with, and therefore loot starts losing its value. Like, just think about how exciting it is right now in the Fresh Wife, where you need everything, and you're so excited to find like fucking light bulbs, you know. Like, in a few weeks from now, nobody's gonna give a shit about light bulbs. Big gunfight. Sounds like maybe the new gas station. But, I mean, I don't know. You know, there's different strokes for different... There's different strokes for different folks. You know, the things that I enjoy about... Oh, we got a sprinter. Let's get that key tucked away real quick. So, right now, I know information that guy doesn't. Okay, I just walked on some wood, so maybe they know about a little more information now. Maybe things are a little more even. Heard him running up to the back. You know, like maybe here's another analogy, like to kind of help maybe inspire like some different perspectives in the spirit of like giving you more longevity in a game like this, or DayZ, where it's really like more about what what you make of it, right? Big open world. Yeah, there's a lot of objectives, and that's kind of what my foundation is in this game. Is I go after objectives, and that's kind of like my main thing, and everything else is self-defense. But think about like that song, working for the weekend. I think it's a really good analogy for Tarkov and just like a lot of things. If you come in with the mindset of being more process oriented, like appreciating the journey of the struggles and the triumphs rather than the destination, I think you're probably going to find a more well-rounded, balanced, and healthy relationship that will have a lot more longevity. Because like, take the analogy from that song, working for the weekends. You spend most of your time, like if you're someone like me, I work minimum 50 hours a week during the week. If I didn't enjoy those 50 hours that I worked, spent at work that week, then, and I just can't wait for the weekend, then it's like, I'm just letting the entire week pass me by. I'm not really fully there. It's like, and that's most of my year, right? 5 days is a whole lot more than 2. And so if I'm not appreciating and I just want to wish the weekdays by, and of course, I would rather not work, right? I'd rather be here playing video games. But, the weekend finally comes. Saturday is like recovery day. And then like by the afternoon, it's like, yeah, finally, get some games in. I got a little bit more energy back. But, also I got to take care of like chores and shit. So then Sunday comes along, and then it's kind of like a half day because you kind of enjoy the beginning, but then you have like this long work week ahead of you looming over you. So then you're not really appreciating then and there. And so kind of the whole issue at core here is like the inability to appreciate the present moment, the journey, the work days, the weekend, all of it. And that's kind of what like my mindset is when I approach a game. And that's how I'm able to kind of develop a relationship that is healthy and brings joy to me, whether I might succeed or fail in the eyes of others. It's really more of a big picture. And yeah, I will get really passionate and heated if I lose it, like, an engagement or something like that. But it passes so quickly. Like, having a short-term memory in this game is awesome. Also recognizing too that the things that you go in and risk bringing out, that's a big part of the excitement for you being there in the first place, as opposed to just going out with a hatchet, risking nothing. Aside from the 0 to hero kind of journey that can take place there. I've not run a single hatchet run, and I never will. It's not to say that, like, I can't completely say that I'm not against hatchlings. I look at it this way. This is a known, hell, it has a no-fly zone, right? Fucking proxy war is happening here. It's a very dangerous place. In a lot of instances, it's every man for themselves. I'm approaching this gunfight right now. And so, I would, especially as a private military contractor, going out to perform these military operations, you know, I would never come in without the ability to defend and protect myself and or other people that I might be, you know, playing with or whatever. And that's just that's how I choose to take this up. And I mean, you would be surprised at all the places that you really don't have to run. Like a lot of people right there maybe would have run across, and you know, because it was out in the open. It's just, from my experience, it's really hard to spot people. It's a lot easier to hear people. So if I just kind of do like a rationale, kind of argumentative, kind of thinking process, to me it's a no-brainer to just do your normal walk and risk being seen rather than being heard. I got footsteps up ahead. See, this guy's running. I know all about him. He has no fucking clue about me. He's fighting somebody. Pop him. Oh! Scab just fucked him up. I think that's what you meant to do there, buddy. I got you, no worries. Oh wait, you're not there. Oh man, that was awesome. See, and if I had just been like sprinting to the extraction, then I would have got into like, you know, like a one-on-one combat situation with a guy. And yes, well, let's see if that was this guy. Let's see if this guy had the AKM with 366 ammo in it. That's when he realized he fucked up and had to run. Okay. I just got the Amelia too. Last Amelia. And there's a scav on the other side of the fence. I think we're good. But yeah, I mean, sure, I have more equipment. I'm got an MP5, you know. Statistically speaking, I would probably, you know, more likely to be the probable victor. But I'm the kind of person to try to control all the variables as much as possible. And the way that I did that was my route choice and also my movement speed. Okay, I think I got spotted or heard. I need some scabs, so let's see if we can get these. I think I only need 2 more scabs. Oh, he's close. Oh, there's 2 right behind that. Alright, I gotta get this other guy. I might be the only Tarkov player that uses smoke grenades. And this is mounting in Tarkov right here. If you didn't know, it's a new feature in the patch. Totally kidding. But some kind of mount feature would be pretty dope. As long as it wasn't like the unlocking door where you're like frozen in this animation phase. I don't see the scav, so let's fall back. Let's get into this building, get the high ground, and see if we can have a look. Just see if he was... Yeah, I think he fell back. Probably did the hole in the fence. It's crazy, those 2 scavs were stacked up on each other. I wasn't expecting that. If the sniper scav was up, I could kill him. So I mean, I don't know. I play goal oriented. I try to complete the task. To me, they give me meaning to go to a location and risk my ass. Because you know I have a job to do, and in this virtual world of Tarkov, and so I go in like, you know, how would I do it? You know, with the ultimate objective being like, you know, I'd like to accept more tasks and go out, which would mean survive the raid. And of course, this is a video game, right? I die a shit ton. I die more times than I live. I'm a sub 50% survival rating. I've had a plus 50 survival rating like once. One wipe, and player base was pretty dead, so a lot of dead raids. It was like maybe a couple years ago. So last wipe, it was about my normal. It was like 46-47% survival rate. I'm not the greatest player. I'm not the greatest player at all. But I can imagine that if I take a game up like this, and this is silly. But if, you know, if I choose to take a game up like this, then there's probably other people out there that can find value, and also, you know, in the way that I play as well. Let's see what this other scav is. There he is, right there. He's walking back to where he was. I'm not gonna shoot through this thick glass. I can't foresee the bullet going on a smooth trajectory through this glass right here. So we'll go back down and get that scav. I think that's the last scav we need. And then we'll get out of here. Nice shot. All right, cool. Had to get it right over that pipe. Apparently, I need more scavs, I think. So what about like right here? You know, I just like sprinted all up in there. I bum rushed this place. Made a lot of noise. You know, it's kind of like a situational thing. You know, I'm kind of at the end of the raid. I'm kind of towards the end of being out of here, close to the extraction. Doesn't mean I should get lazy by any means, because that would risk undoing all of, you know, the surviving I did up to this point. It's just more like I've just feeling confident that there's nobody in here, but the way that I did bum rush that, if somebody was in here, they probably would have been really caught off guard. So, you know, I'm a human. I'm going to contradict myself. I'm going to take poor engagements. I'm going to lose patience, and I'm going to sprint. You know, you know, I'm not perfect. Definitely not perfect at Tarkov. In fact, I'm still like feel like I'm getting better all the time. Especially right now, like there's so much rust and cobwebs from not playing this game. I feel like my aim's off and it's not the best, but you know, we're getting shit done. We're trying to play smart. Sweeping our vectors. Let's go check this Jaeger stash. That's the other thing I like to do a lot, you know, as far as under the control as many variables as possible is just scope shit out before you stick your head down into a barrel that you're about to loot. Flash drive, nice. Been finding those like candy lately. And 2 fat Saluas. Yummy. Gotta do a little Tetris here. That's a good haul right there. That Christmas ornament. Keep dying when I get one. Hopefully that don't happen here. Just take all this stuff. I think we're good to get out of here now. So yeah, I mean, that's a pretty typical raid for me. You know, I'm APOC Gaming, and I'm an average gamer. I technically probably considered a casual gamer. This is like, when I do game, this is the game I play. It's a good amount of XP too. Killed 5 scavs, and yeah, killed that PMC at the beginning who killed another PMC. I think it was like 2 pistol guys, or maybe the other guy was a hatchling. I didn't even check his body. So that, to me, that was a good raid. It was fun. You know, I talked a whole lot more than I normally do, so it did kind of compromise like my hearing a little bit, but I usually have my volume up really fucking loud, so the process of going deaf, you know, I can hear people who are sprinting and maybe not playing the game so much as I think the game ought to be played. But you know, it's a game, and whatever floats your boat, that's one of the wonderful things about this game. You know, you're free to play it however you wish to play it, within the confines, you know, that within the parameters of, you know, of the game itself. You know, you're free to take it up as you will. So still haven't found the 220 key. Still looking for another gas analyzer. Those things have been a little slippery. I haven't been checking file cabinets as much though. Gotta kill 5 more USECs. Oh, and I didn't get his tag. That's fine. That'll come with time. That's right. We got a ways to go on the scavs. I don't know what I was thinking about needing X amount. I did grab both the tags. All right, good. A little bit distracted here with this kind of more over-explain. And we did Jaeger's first task. It's great. My goal is 15. I want to hit 15 by the end of the night. Today is day 3. I didn't play any yesterday. Yesterday was Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone that celebrates it. Happy holidays to everyone as well. This video is probably going to go out much later than that, but not too much later, but Happy New Year, I should really say, because it'll come out in 2021. So I got this SR25. I need to see what I can do with that. I'd love to bring it out, but as you can see, my stash is a mess. I need a scav junk box. I need to sell some shit. Well, that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much if you stuck it out to the end here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time, and please consider interacting with my channel, commenting, liking, subscribing. It helps a ton. This is a dream of mine. Right now, it's a side hobby. You know, I have other things that demand my attention more than this, unfortunately. So until next time, everybody, take it easy. Enjoy Tarkov, and I'll see you in the next video.